You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Brighton, the fish keep winning. Welcome
Hey,
everybody to episode number 52 of the Battered Marlins Fans podcast. I'm your host Daniel Gunn, and alongside me, as always, Mr. Brandon Griffin. How are you doing, sir?
oh man, I've been doing a little sweeping around here, just like the Marlins, so I'm doing great.
Dude, we came on here on Thursday and we said, well, I said, and you agreed. I think we
Yeah,
could win 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. I knew that it would be a packed house, as it always is when the Yankees are in town.
yeah,
And I know the trade deadline. Well, I guess let's get into the trade deadline in a second. For the Yankees, they acquired 4 new players that
yeah,
day, and I thought, oh man, this is literally what they've been missing. They've been missing a utility guy, a speed guy that can run the bases. They've been missing some back end relief. I was like, oh, maybe they'll turn it around. Maybe the Marlins won't get 2 out of 3.
yeah,
Martins, on the other hand, in the trade deadline, you and I were texting,
yeah.
didn't do as much.
Whole lot of
We were
nothing.
surprised Eddie was still here. We understood why Sandy. You can't sell low on Sandy. Your thoughts on the trade deadline?
Trade deadline. Yeah, it was weird because it seemed to be a buyer or a seller's market. So it seemed like we were going to be able to sell whoever we wanted and get basically what we wanted. And I guess the market never materialized for Eddie in the way that we thought it might. And I think a lot of people kind of like us, probably a lot of executives didn't trust the consistency, right? They thought, let's wait another half season before we pull this move. And then with Sandy was probably getting low ball offers, I would guess, trying to see if we would
Right.
sell low. But with the club control over both of them, like it makes sense to hold on to them. It's a little disappointing, but because I thought we probably could have sold Eddie for a good amount, but when you see the number of pitchers and stuff and the quality of pitchers that were moved at the deadline, teams probably could have gotten a more proven guy for less than what we were trying to sell our guys for. So I'm okay with holding on to those guys. I was shocked though that our only move at the deadline was to trade Jesus Sanchez. I
But that
honestly
opened room for
like
Marcy.
it did. It did, and I'm all about that and getting these guys some space and some room on this team. But like I, MLB.com is like raving that the Astros got this incredible left-handed bat. And I'm like, are we talking about the same guy? Like,
The thing with
okay,
him is
it's a
that,
good move, but
yeah, they were missing left-handed
yeah,
bat. So I get it, but yeah, I'm with you. I like Jesus Sanchez. I was surprised that he's been here for so long. To be honest with you, he was like the
yeah,
longest tenured Marlin at the
yeah,
time of his trade. But it better open the door for a young buck. So let's get into the series.
yeah,
Uh, the attendance, what was it, 101,000 over 3 days? I saw
yeah,
that the Marlins kept posting how many people attended the game, which was absolutely awesome. I mean, that comes around every time. It was 101,545.
yeah.
So huge, huge. It's very fun to see. Unfortunately, a lot of those are Yankees fans. It'd be nice to see that duplicated this week against the Astros, but that's probably not going to happen because it's a weekday and it's the Astros. But the atmosphere was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. And that it reminded me of when we made our postseason run in 23, like when that energy was in that stadium a lot because the Heat had just wrapped up their playoff run, the Panthers the same thing, and all those
Right, I
fans
remember
just
that.
kind of came over to the Marlins for
They were
that
like, "We need
that like
something to cheer
end of the
for."
season.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was wild. Like the stadium was electric. It was more people than normal even during the week. Like it was great, and that's kind of what it felt like, and it felt like it felt like very like fitting, right? Because a lot of different milestones were reached this weekend. Obviously we're back at 500 now, which is awesome.
hmm
Because as we've been saying, like 500 ball is all we need to do. Like
and that's what
that's
we
the
wanted.
expectation. Yeah. And then I mean, I think the most impressive thing is the Marlins are now the only team with a winning record against the
All
Yankees
time. That's
all
wild.
time. I mean, it's only 25 and 24, but You think
Yeah,
about
they
it,
don't
there's a
play as
World
often.
Series in there though.
They include that, right? That's
I think
included.
so. Yeah. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's all time games.
yeah. I mean, it should be included either way. That's a winning record right there. It's a 4 to
Yeah.
2. So, yeah, it was an awesome. I didn't get to make it out there, but every time I saw pictures of people out there, it looked absolutely jam packed.
Yeah.
The energy was out there. It was just. It looked like it was just a really fun time. I really wish I could have gotten out there. Um, it's it's kind of hard though when you have to spend, and not that it's expensive, right? Because going to watch the Marlins is not
Yeah.
expensive, but when you have to spend the same amount of money that you would spend, let's say tomorrow, to go watch them against the Astros, you spend like $10. You're right
Yeah.
down by the third base, like row 10, and then against the Yankees, you're paying $30 for nosebleeds.
Yeah.
It just feels different. But all right, game one, absolute madness. The
It
Marlins
really
go
was.
down what 3 times? They come back. Uh,
Yeah.
your thoughts on game one? What I'm assuming is billed as the best game of the year so far in the league.
Yeah. Game one was just like the Marlins just never died. They never gave up on that game. And, I think I said it last game or last time or last episode, like this team for such a young team has such great resilience. Um, and they just keep fighting. Like they never know that they're out of it or they should be out of it. And, a lot of teams would have let, the Yankees intimidate them and probably would have given up after going down. What was it? Like we were down 3 in the fourth, then we went down 6, and then we came back and
Yeah,
scored 4, and then we
yeah.
went
It was
down
down
and back
six
and
in the
forth.
fifth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, a lot of teams would have just been like, well, we're done. Well, let's pack it up and let's focus on next game. And the Fish didn't do that. And like, you know, it was just it was impressive to watch. And every time we went behind, I'm like, oh man, are we gonna be able to come back? Are we gonna pull it back? And then you know, everybody now at this point is talking about the what was his name? God, who was it they were making fun of? They were like, oh, it's a new uniform for the Yankees pitcher. It's a new uniform. He's gonna fix all his problems. And then one pitch later, like the Marlins take the lead and win the game.
Oh, yeah. No, well, it was the Yankees. Literally had 4 players. They
hmm
all debuted that night, and they all contributed to the loss.
Yeah.
Bird, which they're not expecting much of. I believe he's the one that gave up the grand slam to Stowers, which was once you saw that grand slam, you know,
Oh
ooh,
yeah.
there's something cooking here.
Yeah.
And then Bednar, he came in. I believe he gave up the tying run
Yeah.
where the Yankees came back. They took the lead. I believe it was a Volpe home run that took the lead back. And then instead of putting in Devin Williams, which is their closer, they're like, no,
Yeah.
you know what? We have a new toy. Let's put in Duvall. We just got him from the Giants. Let's test him out. And then he blows the game.
Yeah.
But the worst part is that the utility guy they brought in, Caballero, he's there to steal bases. He stole a base, but then
hmm
they had to put him out in the field afterwards. And then
Yeah.
he completely whiffs on a ball that was hit across the ground in the outfield. It was wild.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where yeah, it was a complete mess for the Yankees, but it almost feels like destiny for the Marlins. Like that's one of those games where
Yeah.
you're like, this something fun, something magical happening here. Because for that to happen to the Yankees and for you to win in that manner, it was very fun to watch. Very fun game. And man, it was just a good feeling for the Marlins and anybody that was a Marlins fan in that stadium. I'm sure they had a great time watching those Yankees leave with their heads down.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Now, what about that game winner? Augustine Ramirez. It
Yeah.
was a bunt. It was I don't know what to call that thing. But it was also cool to see him get the game winning hit on Friday because
Yeah.
obviously he was traded away from the Yankees. So it was a little bit of revenge, and I thought that he got the revenge game one. Game two, he added to that. But
Yeah.
that was game one. Awesome feel good story. And then Jensen Junk gets saved because he didn't have the best of outings. But game two,
Yeah.
2-0 win. Both runs coming from solo home runs from Augustine Ramirez. Another revenge game. Your thoughts on game two?
Game two was great. I'm always like, I'm probably in the minority. I love good pitching, and seeing Yuri out there like just dominate the Yankees was awesome. Like, what did he give up? 2 hits and he struck out five, I think. So,
I'll tell you right now.
very, very awesome like performance from him. And then yeah,
2 hits,
Ramirez with the
struck out
two.
five. Yep.
Yeah, Ramirez with the 2 home runs, and like, he just he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys got Jazz. Congratulations. You could have had me." And
Yeah.
like it was great. Like fantastic. I figured it'd probably be a little less offense than what we saw Friday night. Obviously, just you don't have those games, 2 games in a row. But um, yeah, it was great. It was great to see Yuri throw six and look really good, and as he always does. And yeah, it was an exciting game for me.
No, absolutely. In those beautiful jerseys that they have on
Yeah.
Saturdays, what do they call them again? I blanked on the name.
The well, the league calls him the City Connect, yeah,
There you go.
but
This
I
the new
don't know
City
what the new
Connects.
one
There
is
you go. No, no,
called.
no. It's the City Connect. Yeah,
Yeah,
the new City Connect jerseys, which I wish they would just be just the regular jersey. I love that jersey.
yeah,
And yeah, after 15 runs the night before, 2 runs the next day, but Yuri is that guy. He is. Would you say he's now the ace? Right? It's not Sandy anymore.
yeah. I'd say you're probably like if you were to redo the lineup and just based off of performance this year, you probably have Yuri, Eddie,
Nadi?
maybe Sandy as your three,
Yeah.
maybe. Um, but yeah, I think Yuri's definitely our ace. He's our stopper right now.
Yeah, and like I said, Augustine Ramirez, revenge the 3 at bats, right? Because it was
Yeah,
the game winner the night before, then the first inning, and then the fourth inning. So 3 at bats, got some sweet revenge. Gave
yeah,
Yuri all he needed. You need 2 runs. Yuri's like, that's all I need. Went 6 innings strong, and it was awesome. At that point, I texted you and I said, okay,
yeah.
we won the series.
We gotta go.
We got to go on Monday. Monday morning. We're doing these on Thursday mornings, but we're gonna do a Monday morning because we won the series like we thought. We're
Yeah,
1 game under 500. Let's see if we get the sweep. And then Sunday comes. Yankees take an early lead. I was like,
yeah,
okay, well, the law of average. It's all right. It's hard to sweep a team. But then Stour Power comes to the pitch to the plate. three
yeah.
run home run, and that's it. That's all they kind of needed. The Yankees kind of buckled. Marlins win 7-3. Your thoughts on Game Three? And your boy Eddie Cabrera didn't get traded, and he comes out. He's like, "Oh, you thought that
Yeah,
you were upset because you
yeah.
didn't sell high on me because you expected me to come back down." Nope.
No, no, he locked it down too because he went six strong,
Mm-hmm.
2 hits,
Two.
1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. I mean,
Yep.
that is that's ace level right there for
But the thing
Eddie.
is, that he can do that. Our issue has always been that his walks, right? He can't help but walk. Only one walk.
Yeah, yeah. The problem with Eddie, and the only reason
The command.
I ever is his command like just
Yeah.
disappears sometimes, and like he'll walk like 5 guys in an inning, and then there you go. That's the game. But he looks to be past that. Like we haven't seen that at all this year, and listen, I'm not gonna complain if you get a guy like Eddie. You keep him this way, like he's fine, and we go into next season with a full pitching staff, and who the hell knows what we can do? Because this team offensively is pretty damn good, a lot better than what I thought they would be, and Stowers continues to impress. You know, Ramirez, as we talked about, like you have to find a spot for him. X and Otto, those two have found like a really good partnership at
Yep.
short and second. I may not like Otto as a shortstop. Like I want somebody better, but for now, like you ride the hot hand, right? And like it's impressive what the team's doing. Like it just we won in like every fashion that you could in this series, right? Like we had the nail biter back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
like a heavyweight fight, blow after blow.
But
We
that,
had
that game
like
was so
the
crazy, though. That was
yeah,
like, even. No, you know what? I'll take. I'm about to say even if they didn't get the sweep, it still would have been sweet. But the sweep makes it sweeter. But
Yeah.
that first game, man, was it's one of those memorable games that you just will
Oh
never
yeah.
forget.
Yeah, like hell, like I would even just like rewatch that game, like, and I wouldn't say that about many like regular season Marlins games, but you could rewatch that, and then Saturday we just dominated from the mound. Defense was great, and we just needed the 2 runs to squeak by, and then Sunday we came out in those blue jerseys and we just dominated. Like
Hmm.
it was great, and then it was kind of say it's bittersweet, like seeing Jazz Homer. That was kind of funny last night.
All right. So they are now 500,
Yeah,
55 and 55. I don't know if any of us would have seen this coming back before the season. We are, what is August 4th. We are at 500. Uh, on June 13th, I want to say it was, we were 25 and 41, 16 games under 500. At that
yeah,
point, but nobody, I don't think anybody felt surprised at that moment. Everybody's like, okay, this is what we
hmm,
figured. It's all right. This is a continuation of the rebuild. Let's see where we go from here. Eddie Cabrera's building up his value. Sandy hopefully can get things going. We can trade him for some
yeah,
pieces, and we're here. We're here.
hmm,
I went and looked back at 2003 because I know that there was at some point where there were things were rough. They had to find out the manager, bring on Jack McKeon. I was kind of curious what's the worst they did. They didn't go any further than I think it was like 7 or 8 games under 500, and they made it over 500 by July 1st. So it wasn't as bad as this year, obviously,
yeah,
but um, a Fangraph had our playoff chances at zero point 0.2 last weekend. We're up to zero point 0.7. So still under
ooh,
1%, but we're in the right direction, right? Things are moving in the right direction. And I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but they're definitely making this team fun to watch.
yeah,
Even if they don't make the playoffs, they're giving fans hope for the years to come because they're
yeah,
building a core, and it's just fun baseball right now. When you got the Astros coming to town, and I'm hoping that people still manage to make it out to the game because school doesn't start for
yeah.
another 10 days here in Miami. So I'm hoping that people still make it out to the stadium this week.
They should, because you're not going to see better ball than you're seeing right now, and I know we've talked about like, and you brought it up, like, oh, do we start thinking about playoffs? And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sneaking in on me. Like, we're only 6 games out of the wild card.
Hmm.
Like, if we keep on this type of tear, like, it's possible. Is it likely? Probably not.
Probably not.
Um, but it could happen. Like, crazier things have happened. I mean, hell, we could even just see I don't know, man. We could even just see, who knows, the Phillies might collapse, and then boom, we're only 7.5 out of that. Who knows? I doubt it.
Well,
I doubt
no,
we
no.
touch them.
I'm looking at wild card. I'm looking at wild card. Yeah.
Wild card, we
Uh,
might be able to sneak in.
well, all right. So the thing is, we got the Astros, and the Astros at the moment, they got Carlos Correa back, which I'm sure
Yeah.
that's great. They are on a rough run. In their last 10 games, they are 2-8.
Mm-hmm.
So they are. This is the time to pounce on them.
It
If we can
is.
somehow win this series, right? I'm just throwing hypotheticals out here because we're having fun. If we go in 2 out of 3 against the Astros, right? We go over
Yeah.
500. We're at 57 and 56. Then you have 4 game series against the shitty Atlanta Braves,
Yeah.
and you can get 3 out of those. So I'm
And
saying right there, I'm
you're
putting four
right
and
in
two.
it.
Yeah, you're 59 and 57. All of a sudden, you're looking like, you know what? This team has a chance. This team has a chance. And
Could be, yeah.
yeah. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this is fun. It's fun talking about a winning baseball team right now. And yeah, like I said, with the Astros coming to town on that rough stretch that they're on, who knows what could happen? So I guess let's get into that. We predicted the Astros game last week. I said that they would win 1 out of the 3. I didn't think that we would end up recording before then,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna change my tune. I said we get 2 out of 3. Your thoughts on the or your prediction for this week's game?
Yeah, I think we can take 2 out of 3. If we keep playing the way we've been playing. Yeah, we've got. Yeah, I
We got.
think we can take 2 out of 3. We got Sandy, right?
That's what I was about to say. We have Sandy on the mound,
Yeah,
and then it would be. Is it Junk?
Junk or Quantrill.
It'll be Junk and Quantrill.
Yeah, so they'll go each a
It's
game. So
Quantrill and then Junk. Yeah.
if Quantrill continues to pitch like he did the other night, which I thought was probably his best game of the season, if he has another great game, there's no reason why we can't take 2 out of 3. Um, Junk, I don't know. It
I just
depends on
like his
which
name.
Junk we get. Yeah,
I
depends on which one we get, and then
just
you
like his
never
name.
know. I mean, like I don't know if you know, but the Astros solved one of their biggest problems, added a left-handed bat. So you know,
He's coming back to town.
yeah, he
Yeah.
might as well hang out, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the change of scenery will be good for Jesus, or maybe he'll do like when he what he would do here, and sometimes just not run down balls and just like let him go to the wall and throw
Hey
to the wrong
man,
base.
that it'll be interesting. That's a quick
Yeah,
turnaround.
yeah,
But it's fun. I forgot that. Yeah, that's right. The Astros got their left-handed bat. That's right.
yeah,
All right. Well, look, 2-10, 2-8 over their last 10. This
yeah,
is the time to pounce. The Marlins
it
are
is.
hot right now. I kind of wish Yuri was gonna get one of these games,
Oh yeah,
but Yuri and Eddie will be ready to dominate Atlanta, hopefully.
yeah,
So we'll see about that. But we'll talk about that on Thursday. For right now, we got 3 games against the Astros. We are 500 ball club, and the playoffs from 0.2 to 0.7. I'm sorry, but that's more
moving
than
up.
double. That's more than
Yeah,
double. So
yeah.
hey, I'm feeling good. Let's see where we're at on Thursday. Any final words, Brandon?
um, Not really. I mean, like, hey, it's last week of summer for the kids. If you can, what a better way to end the summer than take
Absolutely.
them out to the ballpark the next 3 days for the Astros series. Like, it's gonna be good baseball too because the Astros are playing. The Astros are good. Seeing Correa back with them will be cool. Yeah, so just get out to the park, keep that momentum going, and then be ready. Be ready to make some noise against the Braves too at the weekend.
Yeah, man. And after that, they got the Guardians, which
Those
they're
are
they're a
winnable.
500 club, and then they got the Red Sox, which have been hot recently. So, but one series at a time. I didn't think
Yeah,
that they would sweep the Yankees, and here we are. So,
yeah,
500 ball club. If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, and reviews. And if you are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like and subscribe. And we'll be back on Thursday, hopefully celebrating another sweep.
Oh
That's
man, that'd be awesome.
six series wins in a row.
We're gonna be celebrating 7 for sure.
Oof, oof. I'm excited. Let's see how this goes. But until the next one, have a good one.